So, what is the difference between data science and data analytics? That's what I wanted to get into this episode. In the first episode, I spoke about what is data science, and I feel that now we need to build on that to say the differences. Data science is an interdisciplinary field and has many aspects, many ideas converging into one space. So you find that a lot of people end up getting confused with the different terminologies, different ideas, and how different roles play into this. I spoke about the data science lifecycle in the previous episode. Don't worry, I'm not trying to make you watch that, but I'm just trying to say that there's more information there. But I'll speak on it again in relation to this to build on that understanding. I think it's very important that ideas are understood on a foundational level. One of my heroes or mentors, or I don't know what it's called, is Richard Feynman. But he spoke about a wonderful concept of understanding an idea on a foundational level. I think they call that first principles theory. But let's leave all of that and let's get back to what's the difference between data science and data analytics. Is it the same thing? Now, when you actually think about it, right, data science and data analytics. Now, I feel like I'm very in the right space to be able to speak about this because I actually started off as a data analyst and then I transitioned to become an AI engineer. Now, in data science, you find there are many roles. I think now there's ML engineer as well, but the most famous one has to be a data scientist. I think this is the role which everybody knows. This is the role which has become popular. Now, the question is, are these two equal to the same thing? And that's no. Data analytics is more found as an aspect of data science. So, in the data science process, you will do data analysis. Now, it's very important to understand these distinctions and where these distinctions come in and what these distinctions do, right? Remember, with data analytics, right, you're trying to extract insight and knowledge. If we actually go to something called the data science lifecycle, I can't keep writing data science each time. Lifecycle. When you actually think about the data science lifecycle, right, where does data analytics fall into it and how does it come into data science? And of course, how do the roles come in and where do the differences come in that, right? First, the first and most important thing is you have to, let me do it like this. You have to identify, uh, identify the problem, right? That's the first thing. Then, when you've identified the problem in regards to which business aspect or what issue you're trying to solve, then you actually have to mine the data. Now, I know this concept can be a bit confusing. I'll try and do an episode on specifically data mining and what it is, but it's simply what the word says. You go to an environment where you think there's valuable information, you extract the information from the place, you have it in large chunks, and then you need to clean the data. Then you need to explore. So you need to actually go through the data. Now, these three processes actually fall under data analytics. The mining, the cleaning, and the exploring. And then what happens is after this, you now begin to do predictive modeling. So the predictive modeling is where now you start using the information that you've attained. So you've gone through the information, you've cleaned it, you've mined it, you've explored it, you've done data analysis on it to begin to predict information that's credible, to say, okay, this is what we have, this is what we've done. And then what you do now is then you visualize the information. Now, when you visualize this information, it's called data viz. So it's data visualization. You take that information, which you've now extracted, and you visualize it, and then now you try and now do an action. So you extract information to lead to an action. So this information now that you've attained, now you begin to now use that information to now say, okay, this is the business case. This is where you find business analysts. I think they're called intelligence analysts. I think, I'm not sure. But you find that there are roles which fall specifically under analyzing the data. But as you can see, data analysis itself is a process within the data science lifecycle. Now, I've explained the data science lifecycle a little bit different, but in the previous episode on what is data science, I explain it again. But remember, now it's important to understand how different roles come into this. Now, where I came into this is I started as a data analyst, but I realized that I'm actually not a fan of visualizing because of the data. Because remember, what happens is now you use a different set of tools. There are tools like Tableau, Power BI. I think there's one which is a little bit popular now. I don't know why it's slipping my mind, but I'll try and just pop it somewhere here on the editing part, because those are tools now that we use. I think Power BI as well. Those is what we use now to extract the information and then visualize it in a manner that it can be used for a business use case, right? But what happened was I found that I myself prefer to actually do the predictive modeling. You see, I prefer to do work with the ML models, work with the deep learning models. I prefer to enjoy this stage personally. So you find the things like data engineers as well. I don't know why I keep putting that there. There are things like data engineers as well, which fall on this side. But remember, that's where now the data analysis is also used and also comes in. So it's about understanding this information and conceptualizing it. Now, before my mind goes blank on the last part of the data analysis process, right? When you actually go through the data analysis, how are you analyzing the data? Now, this is where you come up onto the types. Now, when you say that, okay, you're analyzing the data, and when you understand that you're analyzing the data towards the data science lifecycle in order to solve a problem, identify a problem. So the aim is to identify a problem, right? Then you extract insight from the problem, then you use predictive modeling, then you visualize the data, and you lead to an action, which is the most important thing, because you must start and finish. But the types of analysis that you can do descriptive analysis, you can do prescriptive analysis. I think there's another one that's slipping my mind. Predictive, diagnostic, predictive, descriptive. Oh. Okay, so there's the types of analysis. As I said, there's descriptive analysis, there's prescriptive analysis, there's diagnostic, and then of course there's predictive. So descriptive, you're trying to describe what's actually going. I know I'm using the same word in explaining it. But prescriptive, now you're trying to say what actions must we take from this information. Diagnostic, we're trying to understand the why, so to understand the deep underlying meaning. And then predictive, we're trying to now say, okay, what can we be able to get? For example, if we have certain amount of information, can we be able to tell how quickly someone will be able to buy a product or leave a product? That's how these differences come into it. So they're not necessarily, so data science and data analysis are not exactly the same thing. As you would say, it's a subfield of it and how it flows into it. And I would really advise that you watch the first episode so you see where I come from there, and then we build on that. Because remember, when we're now going to build on this, there's certain ideas now when we're saying, okay, how does statistics come into this? Because remember, the data analysis process, when you're trying to analyze information, when you're trying to clean it, explore it, this is where ideas like statistics come into play. This is where data science becomes so important, where you find now maths is a big part of it, because now you're trying to understand what's going on. When you're now here, when you're doing machine learning, when you're now doing deep learning, that's where you find ideas like calculus come in, because you're trying to find out the rate of change, the instantaneous movement, all of these things. You're trying to do matrix multiplications with vectors. So that's where all the concepts come. But before you go there, you need to understand, okay, where are we going? Why are we doing this? Where do these ideas come in before we go deeper into each aspect? I think I've gone on a little bit of a tangent, but I think when you understand what I'm trying to explain, what I'm trying to build, how we're trying to build off this to lead to somewhere, I think this becomes more valuable. But if it's just about, did you stay within the bounds of an episode, then I've lost it then. Okay. Thank you so much for staying. It's a pleasure. And hopefully I'll see you on the next episode.